you got questions or you got, anything that you want to bring up, don't hesitate to interrupt me. Just like jump right in. Let's take that with a grain of salt, right? If you start playing Rickroll or some shit, then this is over. But be responsible. And if you have questions or you have some ideas or just stuff that you're curious about, it's a small group, so we can chat more. All right. Usually I have a PowerPoint for this, but I understand that this audience may have seen more than one PowerPoint in their time. So I'm going to not subject you to PowerPoint. What I will do is introduce myself a little bit. So I was Army vet. Was in for, I got out as an 03, so yeah, I'm one of those officers, give me shit as necessary. But spent some time overseas in Afghanistan. Started out as the infantry officer. Realized I was more of a geek than a grunt pretty quickly. So I ended up going to the Signal Corps, and that was sort of my transition to the tech industry. I got out, went to the reserves, the National Guard, and spent some time working with commo folks who are interested in networking, tactical communication. And that is sort of how I got involved with an organization like Operation Code. I'm here as a representative of Operation Code. Operation Code is a nonprofit. Our mission is to help veterans and military spouses prepare the military community for the jobs of tomorrow, help develop their careers in the tech industry. Our overall vision is that helping military veterans and their families grow and thrive in their tech careers, we can help transform the culture of the tech industry through your sense of service and your dedication. And a key part of that is in taking part in events like this. Not just me speaking, but also each of you deciding, hey, you know what, I'm going to spend my weekend doing this hackathon. I'm going to spend the weekend kind of building stuff. Hey, Jamil, so the topic for this one is humanitarian aid, right? What's the topic for this hackathon?
Yeah, it's humanitarian, and I gave everyone the sort of how to define humanitarian principles before the hackathon began.
Gotcha. So that's definitely something that I think the whole veteran community especially is thinking about a lot right now. We are, for the first time in 20 years, not a... I mean, when you really stop and think about that, that's I'm going to use some language that may be offensive to younger audiences. That's fucking crazy, right? Some folks who, were part of this thing, I saw 9/11 over and I was in high school. That'll date me a little bit. I was in study hall. We were all watching this stuff happen. And then, a few years later, I'm over there, in Kabul, doing the thing. I'm sure that a lot of folks here either can relate to that, or maybe it's Afghanistan, maybe it's Iraq. That can relate to the fact that, hey, you see it on TV, and then, oh shit, I'm here now, or oh shit, I'm in uniform now. Supporting, or oh shit, hey, my family is involved in this, or my husband or my wife might be overseas, or people that I know. And it's a hell of a thing, right? When you get involved in hackathons like this, it's a way of also connecting. Some folks here might be active duty service members. Some folks you might have already gotten out. Some folks might be civilian allies. We're just topic matters. But is that something and working and building stuff with other people? Yeah. So enough about that. Let's talk about hackathons and let's talk about future. I keep wanting to say show of hands, but I know that I can't do that with it. So I'm willing to bet here, post something in chat really quick if you're currently employed in tech, or if you're looking to get a job in tech. Just throw something in the chat here, and let me know what's up. I'll give maybe 10, 15 seconds. All right. So this is a good mix. So for Operation Code, and those of you aren't familiar with Operation Code, this is operationcode.org. We have another Slack community. We're just connecting fellow veterans, military spouses, and stuff. We got two goals here. For those of you who are transitioning, who might be in the service, for those of you who are looking for that first job, to get your ass in that first job, all right? Second goal is for those of you who are in the mix and in that first civilian job, or maybe your second civilian job, helping you navigate the,